We're live over here back at the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. Looks like the temps are hot, and this round I'm bringing the Shimano Scorpion BFS XG along with the it's the Berkeley lightning rod from way back when, and I did a little 3D ultralight crankbait. So we'll see how this works, and then I also brought some other lures just to mix it up here. So I didn't just bring one, I actually brought a little mini tackle box deal, and temperature's really hot right now, so I don't know how it's going to go. Got to start early today or later in the day, but I don't know how much we'll do today, but let's see how this thing casts. All right, that's not bad. Okay, it's a little twitchy action here. I was wondering how it would work, and I don't know what I'm seeing here. It looks like it's kind of just flopping back and forth. It is kind of floating there, sort of like a little frog. So I'm not sure if that's gonna elicit a strike, but let's see if I can at least get something to take here. And just start with some nice, easy, slow action here. Yeah. I think we're gonna just have to tweak this one a little bit and try it again. I wasn't sure how it would fish, but let's see what happens here. I'm gonna try just a real quick twitchy move, maybe. It does a nice little side-to-side move, but it's not what I'm used to seeing when I'm fishing one of these little crankbaits. But let's just kind of get it out there, and then I'll switch it out with a inline spinner, maybe a rooster tail. I did have some fun the other day with some trout magnets, and that was pretty good. But let's just kind of see how this goes. All right, let's go walk our way around here. Okay, and so this is the mobile fishing live stream. I'll reset the stream, or correction, I'll also edit the live stream later. I do have a series of other live streams that I have edited, so take a look at that, and hopefully we might be here in the business shortly with a fish or two on. Not really feeling good with this 3D lure that I printed out the other day. It's not got the right action. I think I need to make some adjustments with it. So right now I just kind of want to see if I can get something to strike, and if not, I'll switch it out with I think I'll go with an inline spinner. So I did bring some other lures. Let's just pop that open real quick. Okay. Yeah, I brought these guys here, and one of my favorite ones out of this is a rooster tail in this fire tiger color right here. This one tends to get a lot of bites. Do have it is kind of bent though, so it's been beaten up. So let's just kind of see if I can get that one on there real quick, and maybe I might be able to get a fish or two that way. So let's get this switched out. And all right, today is Sunday. We're out at the pond behind In-N-Out Burger. Let's see, looks like some folks are joining. Let me go see. Tough to see with the light. Hi, okay. Howdy. All right, let's just, so what I'm gonna do is fish this pond. Previously I fished, I believe, with a Z-Man Ned rig or one of the inline spinners. I did notice that last time I was here also about late day, as the day progresses, and I think around 8 our local time here, a lot of fish start hitting on top. I believe they're going for various bugs and whatnot that are hatching, and then I do see a lot of these little reddish brown dragonfly looking things that, if you're pond fly fishing, I would strongly recommend a brown crackleback, because it does simulate them very well. And I've had bluegill as well as bass strike, but that is when we're pond fly fishing. Let's see, but this round we're going to do the ultralight bait caster. Okay, so again, to describe, it looks like we got some more folks joining. It's a Scorpion BFS XG on a 4.5 foot lightning rod, Berkeley lightning rod, and it's 4-pound test mono right here. And I just put on a rooster tail, 1/16 ounce rooster tail, and we're just going to do some ultralight bait casting. Just kind of get it out there. And what I noticed with the rooster tails is a slow retrieve tends to get bit much more readily than a fast retrieve. So I'm just going to go with a slow. There's a hit right there, right off the bat. Slow retrieve, nice. Okay, first fish of the day is going to be a little bluegill. Nice. Fire tiger rooster tail. Okay. That's one of my favorite lures, especially come trout season. I had some really good success with it, as well as catching trout, bluegill, bass. Everything seems to like the fire tiger. And we're over here in the city of Allen, here in Texas. It's about 98 degrees, and we're at the pond behind In-N-Out Burger, or you can call it Cane's, or you can call it Cheddar's, but basically it's the pond over here that is by a bunch of restaurants. All right, I see some other folks joining. Let's see, howdy, nice rod, okay, thanks, yeah. It's an old one, had it for several years, many years. Let's go out this way and see if we can get something to strike, okay? And again, I'm using a 1/16 ounce lure, and I'm using a bait caster that's designed to handle these ultralight lures, and I'm using a rooster tail, and oh man, a little bluegill came up right behind it. All right. And one thing I noticed, or at least I've seen, is when you're fishing rooster tails, it's pretty good to just kind of do a slow retrieve like so, and let the fish do the work. Okay, so when I get a strike, I'll just start tightening up on the line, just enough to keep the blade turning. All right, and I am fishing this pond here. They don't have the fountain on, and the water depth is dropped, I'd say about a foot or so since the last time was here, and it's definitely hot. I think it's 98. It did hit 100, 103 the other day, but it looks like the fish are still biting. I just caught and released one little bluegill, and I don't see anything here. The water's fairly clear. I can see about maybe 3 foot down, and there's a lot of greenery, but it looks like it's starting to at least clean up a little. Maybe the heat's gotten to them here. But let's go and cast this way. I'm gonna let it sink a little, go a little deeper. Let's bring this baby in. Okay. This one's just riding about, a few inches just below the surface. I probably should slow it down some more. Oh, we got some more info on here. See, John James picked up vintage Daiwa fiberglass glass slide action pistol grip rod for $5 on CDN. What is a good reel for it? Ooh, let's see. Fiberglass light action. Oh, shoot. There's a whole bunch of different ones. You're looking for an ultralight bait caster, pretty much. I don't know. I just can tell you what I have. I have Scorpion BFS XG. That one works well. I've used it on a fiberglass micro light, and that one worked well. Used it in salt water as well. It's got sealed bearings, so that helps. The other reels that I have are two of the Casking Zephyrs, the BFS, one with a reel clicker, the other one without a reel clicker. The one without a reel clicker has the some high spool speed bearings that I've added to it to allow me a little bit more lighter lures to cast. And then the other one is that Flight Feather Kingfisher that can handle trout magnets out the box. I'd say look at your fiberglass rod, kind of get a measure on the rod tip. What I noticed when you're casting, especially those really light 1 gram trout magnets, the suggestion was to go with a rod that has a 1 millimeter thick or diameter rod tip, and that one that I use for it definitely has a small or a thin rod tip that works well when you're casting those little guys. But I do notice that when I'm using a fiberglass rod in general, that extra flippy action of it, or definitely flexes much more and helps with the cast. I do like having the pistol grip too, because you have a firm handle on it and just kind of crank it. I do a lot more side casting though than side casting when I'm using an ultralight bait caster versus my normal bait casters. All right, this one's just riding a little bit low. I'm gonna come back over here to this one corner by the culvert and try working an area over here where I know there's some, at least in the past, some bluegill and whatnot that have been hanging there, as well as some bass. Big thing is all this vegetation here is going to definitely clobber the lure, so I'm going to try finding at least an open spot. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Closed faced is what you used to use, and then thank you. All right, no problem. Yeah, just a big thing with bait casters and then the ultralight bait caster is educating your thumb, just getting the feel for the combo you're using and knowing the timing of the release, as well as kind of feathering the spool so you don't get that backlash. Initially, when you set the spool tension and the brakes, once you have them set, usually you're good to go after that. It's just trying to find that tweaking of it is the hardest part, and so but you just got to play with it. All right, here it's a little bit deeper, so I'm going to let the lure sink and try kind of ride the lure just over the vegetation that's down below, because right now it's hot, very hot, and I wasn't able to go earlier and I'm not able to go later, so best time to go fishing is when you can, and although it's hot, I believe it's still a good chance to get a fish or two. Actually pretty nice here in the shade. It's not too bad. Okay. And this is just riding a few inches below the surface. I probably need to slow it down some more. Okay. Hello from Lake Tahoe. Howdy, howdy. Jason Wingate, Lake Tahoe. Nice. Just out here doing a little fishing, trying to catch me a few fish, doing some ultralight bait casting. And I'm gonna just walk up a little bit here. I'm gonna see if I can get this lure to just kind of, oh, there's a hit. I hit some junk on that one. All right, yeah. Wait, let me check it real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's a little beat up here, but I'll get it cleaned off. All right, I'm gonna try casting it out further. And I'm gonna let it sink and slow the retrieve down again with the rooster tail. That one tends to do better on slow retrieves, so I'm gonna do that. It's basically just enough to keep the blade turning. All right, and usually that's all you need to catch a fish or two. Oh, there's a tap. Oh, very light tap. All right, the other day when I was using those 1 gram trout magnets, I was getting really light taps, and it turned out a bunch of these little fingerling bass. Oh, I got some junk on this one. Oh, I got away from it. Okay, oh, there's a hit. Yeah, it was a bunch of little fingerling bass just nipping at that little trout magnet. I ended up catching like 2 or 3. Check it out, it's on one of the upcoming edited live streams. Those, basically what I do is I take the live stream, like in this case, and I'll let it basically record the whole time, and then when it's all done, I'll edit it so I can get out all the slow stuff and take it to the action, so you don't have to watch the whole live stream. So if you're not able to stay the whole live stream, do check back and I'll have those posted. Okay, all right, I'm gonna slow it down again. All right, come on. All right, let's just keep working our way over. Yeah, the other day, this kind of vegetation stuff was really green. Now it's kind of browned over, and I'm thinking maybe the heat's gotten to them finally. And right now I'm just kind of riding over the weeds that are submerged and just trying to stay out of the junk so I don't have to keep cleaning the lure off. Let's just see if we can get something to strike now. Come on, baby. Slow it down. Nope. All right. Okay, let's just cast it out again. And there's been, caught some bass, bluegill here, some nice ones. And I think the last time I posted here, though, I think the next day a bunch of folks came over and started fishing. Oh, there's a bass right here, right in this open spot. So in this case, if I was pond fly fishing, I'd drop a foam grasshopper right there, and I'd just let it sit in that opening and allow the fish to do the work and basically strike. I kind of work these different pockets here, just popping the fly right in there. So it's a lot different than if you were using the ultralight bait caster in this case. So in the case of an ultralight bait casting, you can't run it, or you can't sit your lure in those particular pockets and whatnot. So here it's just basically steady retrieve and sit the hook when in doubt. All right, let's see what we got here. And it's a Sunday here in Texas. It's about 98, and we're out here fishing a pond for hopefully a fish or two. Okay, something just moved over here to my left. Came up and looked like it ate, I don't know, it's a turtle. All right, well, let's see if there's something else other than turtle. Slow retrieve, steady retrieve. Enjoying a little fun. And this one's a lot forgiving. At least I've gotten used to it with my thumb. I can cast it no problem. I very rarely backlash anymore on this reel when I'm fishing 1/16 ounce and above. Oh shoot, something just swiped away at it and moved on. Shoot. Anything lighter, well, that's a little bit different. What happens then is if it's lighter, two things happen. I'll start getting those overruns or backlashes, and additionally I'll start noticing that my lure is going either pulling to the left or right, and I'm having to adjust the release with my thumb. If I tweak the brakes a little bit, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But for the most part, with the Scorpion BFS XGs, I'd go with 1/16 ounce and as your lightest lure. There are some other ones you can get that can handle a lot more lighter ones, just like that one that I live streamed the other day, that Flight Feather. That one handles 1 gram trout magnets without an issue. Okay. All right, what's going on? Let's see. Vora Viva. Hi. Hello. Howdy. Okay. And I'm just kind of playing around here, kind of walking the area, see if we can get something to strike. All right. Okay, a little culvert's starting to get all clobbered up and everything. I've caught bass in this little culvert in the past. Got my polarized glasses. I can see that there's a fish attractant structure. That little PVC spider looking thing is sitting right here. It's all clobbered. And then just under the surface here, I can see different pockets of, well, it looks like lighter areas where something's there, either some vegetation or possibly something kind of cleared out on the bottom. So I think I do see a fish or two kind of moving around too. So let's see if we can get one of them to strike. Okay. And I'll kind of just work it through there, and then when I get right to the edge of the vegetation, I'll just pull up really quickly. All right, let's go back this way. And you can see, pretty much can handle this 1/16 ounce lure no problem. And I kind of tend to the shorter rods when I'm using an ultralight bait caster, mainly because I side cast. And if I use a longer rod side casting, I've had it at times where I've hit whatever's behind me, bushes, branches, even the bank when I'm on a slope. And so I find that the 4.5 foot rod, I tend not to have near as much worries of what's behind me when I'm side casting. Okay, and let's see if we can get something to strike. It is hot, but I think these guys still want to play. All right, okay, let's try back over here. All right, we'll just kind of do another slow, steady retrieve. Trying to keep it in the vegetation, keep the blade moving. And I do have the polarized glasses so I can have a good look-see at what's maybe down there, chasing it. All right, let's go back around. Actually, let's go over here real quick. Let's work kind of parallel or at an acute angle to the bank and see what happens. Come on, right there. Yeah, this is riding fairly low or fairly high in the water column. So I may have to slow it down some more. Let's just get it way out there. I'm gonna let it sink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I counted to 8. Oh, there's the hit. Oh, wow. So yeah, they're a little bit deeper. Okay, 8 and a slow retrieve. Get you a blue gully. Nice. Okay. Ultralight bait casting. Using that 1/16 ounce rooster tail fire tiger right here. And well, shoot, that worked. Let's go try that again. I counted to 8. Cast it out far. Let's count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll just slowly reel it back in and see if something else will hit it further down there. Come on. Oh, nope. I think I got some vegetation there. Yeah, I felt that one. All right. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Slow retrieve. Feeling for the strike. Letting it sink down lower. There's a hit. Oh. Yeah. Slow retrieve. Let it sink down. That's the ticket today. So let's do that again. Well, it's shallow here, so I'm gonna bring it in real quick. Yeah, I can tell. I can even see the vegetation there. But let's go back over here. I'm gonna try casting in a deeper portion of the lake or the pond. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And one advantage I've noticed using the ultralight lures and fishing highly pressured locations is I tend to get a lot more strikes when I'm fishing an ultralight versus more traditional gear, because I think that the bass and whatnot, or the fish, have not seen the smaller baits. They're used to seeing a bunch of these bigger baits. Oh, there was a snake. He came right behind it and nipped it. Oh, he's following it. It's a bluegill. No, it's a bass. A little bass, not yay big. Right over here. Okay. He came up down below, so let's go and do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we'll just slowly bring it in. There's a hit right there. Oh, I think it was that same bass, because he was there and he just ran back right where the lure was coming. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's bring it in slow. Okay. All right, come on, hit it. Take it. There's a hit. There's another hit. Oh man, I wonder if it's those little fingerlings again. Holy cow. That was frustrating the other day. I was getting a ton of hit on those trout magnets, and then they were small instead of the bigger ones. So let's see if something's different here. Hopefully there's a bigger one on. Let's go. Nope. All right, let's go back here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go with 5. 5. I can definitely smell the food all around me from all these different eateries, and yeah, it actually smells pretty good. So you got a choice of burger, some chicken fingers or steak, whatever, little chicken strips or whatever that you get at Raising Cane's. Then you got Cheddar's. It's a sit-down location. And there's a whole series of other ones just up the road, like one right after the other. But if you say where we're at, we're directly behind these 3 In and out. Right there. Raising canes, cheddars. And I've had it before where when things, oh, there's a hit. When things kind of slowed down, I would just, maybe sneak away for a burger and fries. You know, gotta stay healthy, you know. All right, let's see some other folks. Duckling, hello, Duckling. How's it going? Just chilling on a Sunday, on a hot Sunday, trying to get a fish or two to strike. There's a hit. Okay, so what I'm noticing is cast it out, let it sink, and do a slow retrieve back in. And they tend to be, there's a hit. Oh, he's a good one. And they tend to be hitting down below versus up above. And probably makes sense since the temperature is 98 and rising still. All right, well, he's not a big one, but he counts. A bass on that fire tiger rooster tail. All right, let's go ahead and get him out. Let's see. Come on. Let's get your release. May need to get the forceps. Yeah, let's get the forceps. It's a hot day, so we want to get them back in the water as quick as we can. Okay. And if you guys are interested in ultralight bait casting, definitely look into it. There are a lot more options available today that may be within the price range that fits you. Because before, when I was first starting, the price was pretty high. Now it's not been too bad. Like those casting Zephyrs I can get for, I think like 59, 69 bucks right now on Amazon. And couple it with a decent rod, you're in the business for 100 bucks. All right, let's let it sink. And we'll do that slow retrieve again. And everything is deep now. So previously when I came out here, everything was, oh, there's another hit. Shoot. Everything was shallow, closer to the bank now. But here it is, heat of the day, of the afternoon, and it's cast out as far as you can. Let it sink. And then do a slow retrieve back in. All right, and just take advantage of that rooster tail. It's got it fishes better slow, just enough to move the blade, and that's pretty much all you need to do. And you should be able to catch a fish or two. And again, you you probably will be surprised how many fish you'll be catching at some local locations that are heavily pressured with other fishermen. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow retrieve back. Come on. Oh, there's a hit. Oh. Well, that's the other thing though. You're using these little hooks, so there is a tendency for them to throw the hook on you too. Okay, I think I got some junk there. There's a fire truck over here in the parking lot over there by Raising Canes. I can't tell what they're doing though. See over there? See some firemen out there, and they were going over to a car. And I don't know what they're doing, other than maybe someone stuck in the car? I don't know. Huh. We'll just keep an eye out on it. All right. Oh, there's a hit. All right, okay. Time to move to another spot, just to mix it up a little. Holy cow, that's too many misses in one spot. I need to give the fish a break. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, let's move on to the next spot. We'll just work our way around and kind of see what happens. Okay, let's start over here. Let's just work this area real quick. Again, just to show you what I'm using. It's beat up. It's actually, the shaft is actually been bent a little, but it's a 1/16 ounce rooster tail. All right, and here I'm not going to let it sink as much because it's a shallower section of the pond. Okay, and I mainly just want to stay above the vegetation so the blade can still keep moving. Oh, there's a hit. I saw it, little bluegill. so that the blade still is moving freely without getting clobbered with all that greenery. Okay. And that last one, he just came up right behind it, had it briefly in his mouth. There's a hit. Ah, I saw it too. Holy cow. And there's a bass right behind it. Killing me, Smalls. Killing me, Smalls. Let's see if I can get him to do it right here. Let it sink. All right, slowly move the rod, the reel, come right behind it. Nope. I saw him. Let's see if he moved over to the left a little. Come in this direction. Okay. And I'm just keeping the lure just above the green clobbered bottom. There's a hit. Oh, he had it in his mouth again. I don't know what's up with that. I should have had him. That's all me. Mojo's off. Mojo's off. It's okay. We'll get it back. Come on. Come on. Right there. Right there. Oh, no. Some greenery. There's a bass or a bluegill kind of lurking right behind it. Comes up right behind it, and then he turns away really slow, like he's not sure if he wants it, but he does. All right, let's try this. I'm going to try drifting it above him. Here he comes. Ah, that would have been perfect with a maybe a dry fly or something, because he's right there, and he's interested. Just you got to keep it in front of him. And since I'm using this gear, I can't keep it in front of him that long. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can kind of jig it a little in front of him. No. All right, let's try this again. Let's go over here. I'm gonna let it sink a little. I'm just kind of popping it over where he was. See if he'll come back. No. All right. Let's go out here now. I'm gonna slow the retrieve again. Let it sink. And see if we can get one to strike over here in this direction. And if not, we'll just move on to another spot. Keep working the bank. Let's keep working the bank. Okay. What else we got? All right. All right. If you guys just joined, we're over here in the state of Texas fishing a pond that has some fish. And so far we just mainly caught some bluegill. Seen some bass, not some big ones. Oh yeah, I did get one little bass as well. And I'm using this Ultralight Baitcaster 4.5 foot rod. And it's a bait caster that is capable of handling ultralight lures, and in this case the ultralight lure is a 1/16 ounce rooster tail, right? And I've not had any issues casting it to where I need it to go. And the main takeaway taking up ultralight bait casting is got to educate your thumb and just learn your reel and rod combination and see what you need to do to maybe tweak the spool tension and the brakes. And once you have that, you pretty much can leave it all alone. Like right now, I haven't had to touch this one with a 1/16 ounce lure. If I go up a weight, I do have to make some adjustments. Usually it's a little bit less or more brakes depending on how the lure I'm using. And other than that, the spool tension I pretty much will leave alone unless it's really crazy. There's a couple of bass moving right now. It's in an area where it won't work with this thing, but if you had your fly rod, you can at least pop your fly right above them and see if they'll strike. But yeah, there's two bass that were here. They just moved on. There's a bluegill over here in front of me now. And I do see an opening where maybe I might be able to get this lure in between the vegetation. And maybe I might get one to come in and strike. Let's see. No. All right. Yeah. So fly fishing wise, I'd be working these different pockets in between the vegetation. Ultralight bait casting, I'm mainly just casting out further. And as I get close to the vegetation, I'll start reeling in faster just to get it above the junk. Okay, and here I'm just gonna real slow. That's in some junk. Let's clear that. And what has worked so far has been slow retrieve, additionally casting out and doing a countdown. In this case it was 8, and then reeling it in slowly and getting those bites deeper in the water column, which makes sense since it's 98 right now. Okay, so we'll let it sink, and then I'll bring it in slowly. Here I gotta be careful because there's a lot of green. Oh, there's a tap. There's a lot of greenery here to clobber the lure. Okay, let me pop it out there at that so I get it out of the greenery. Okay, let's see. Fish finder iSub. Oh, thanks. All right. Outstanding. Always can use a sub or two. All right. And hopefully this is helpful, at least gives you an idea of what it's like fishing a particular location. I try to describe what I'm doing because at the same time, I will rebroadcast this one as a podcast, an audio podcast. And what that does is allow folks who are, let's say, commuting on the way to work, they can hear what I'm talking about when they have the chance to listen in. Okay, I'm gonna let it sink. Let it sink. All right. Here I'm not letting it sink as long because I know there's a lot of vegetation here to clobber it. In fact, yeah, it's clobbered. Okay. Woo! It's hot. It's like hot. Okay. Let's move up here a little bit. Okay. And I'm gonna cast out over here, let it sink. Oh, I don't know what that was. Something just kind of porpoised on top. Wonder if it was a bluegill. Kind of had that humpback look of a bluegill. And I do know there's some bigger bluegill here. I've caught and released a number of them over the years. All right, again, I'd be working the pockets if I was pond fly fishing. All right, there's a bass right here. Very close to the bank. There's one over there. That one's a rod length, so 4.5 foot away. So kind of helps to just kind of, oh, there's some junk here, to just kind of work your way slowly along the bank so you don't spook them. All right. But yeah, it's very interesting how many fish are close to the bank. Even here in the heat of the day, I've seen at least 5-6 of them close to the bank, and I think they were catchable. All right, let's just go and try getting one to hit here. I've got an open area where I can cast now, so I'm going to kind of camp out here real. Oh! Little bluegill came up. All right, little blue golly. All right, let's go out here further. Here I'm going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and then we'll just reel slowly back in. I may have caught some junk on this one. Feels kind of heavy, but no, yeah, I got some junk. I need to count down faster. Don't let it go with the full 8. Must be shallower here compared to where we were getting the 8 count. All right, so let's make that adjustment. Let's just cut it in half and go a 4 count. And let's see what happens. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Got that steady retrieve. Yeah. Now, one thing that I did notice with the Cascade Zephyr versus like the Shimano or the flight feather that I use, when you're fishing a Cascade Zephyr, I usually go down to about 6-pound tests, because if I go to 4 or 2, the line diameter tends to have the line go under the spool. Haven't had as much of an issue at all using 2-pound tests with the Scorpion. 98, 100 plus degrees out here definitely runs havoc on the phone. So we're gonna have to redo this another time. You're using 2-pound test? No, I'm using 4-pound test on the Scorpion BFS XG. The 2-pound test is what I'm using on the flight feather with the trout magnets. All right, but anyways, it looks like I'm gonna have to end the stream. Bummer. I guess we gotta wait till it gets cooler. All right, we'll catch y'all later.